criticized it first. I was of the mindset that how are you just making this guy in charge of your football operations? He's never worked for a team in that capacity. You've got people who have been grinding away in these jobs. You're just going to hand this to John Elway because he was a franchise quarterback. Well, you know what? He did well right out of the gates. Drafted Von Miller with a top 5 pick. Drafted Julius Thomas with a 4th-round pick that year in 2011. Got Chris Harris Jr., a great underrated cornerback, undrafted. Found him undrafted in 2011. And then the key move, being right place at the right time to get Peyton Manning to come to Denver in 2012. And I suspect that Elway's history as a franchise quarterback, one of the best to ever play the game, helped convince Peyton Manning to come to Denver. And that laid the foundation for a Super Bowl championship. So Elway, all in all, hey, got to the Super Bowl twice.
Yeah.
1-1, not a bad resume for his decade plus as the guy in charge of the football operation in Denver.
No, it was a damn good run. You know, it didn't end the way, I'm sure he wanted to or anything like that. But, you said it right. We got a lot of good players. You talk about it. Also got DeMarcus Ware there, right? Aqib Talib there. Some other guys that got them over the hump, to win the Super Bowl. That's where they were, and then you said it too. I mean, Peyton Manning, getting him to go there, that, of course, was the crown jewel moment for the organization and John Elway, because that was the guy that, led them to having the best offense we had ever seen in the history of football when they lost to the Seahawks in that Super Bowl with Wes Welker and company, right? I got to give John Elway a lot of credit, too. Makes the move. Next year they go to the playoffs. They don't succeed. He makes a move and fires John Fox, right? Or 2 years later, it was 1 year after that, and makes a tough move where the team's been successful and goes with Gary Kubiak, and that move proves to be, the right move to get them to win the Super Bowl and actually beat the Patriots and get over the hump that way. So, I mean, it's really crazy. I mean, you said it. It's crazy that he kind of had that position, right? It's rare, but showed he was worthy of it. And you talk about a run with an organization. You're one of the greatest players in the history of football, let alone the greatest player in that organization's history, and then you're a damn good GM there for a little while and win a Super Bowl and go to another one. John Elway, Hall of Famer, and a great job being a GM.
The only problem for Elway after Super Bowl 50, when they won it all and Peyton Manning retired, the quarterback position went to pot. They had used a second-round pick in 2012 on Brock Osweiler. Trevor Siemian took over. Osweiler left via free agency for the Texans that year. Now,
drafted Paxton Lynch.
Vindicated because it didn't work out. Wasted a first-round pick on Paxton Lynch in 2016 after Peyton Manning retired.
Drew Lock
and
didn't
they
work.
haven't been back to the postseason.
Right.
The longest stretch that a Super Bowl champion has not returned to the postseason in Super Bowl history. They have not been back since winning Super Bowl 50. And it was 2021 when he was kind of demoted upward, where he was no longer the GM. They gave George Payton the reins. No more John Elway. He's there as a consultant. He was there as an assistant. And the news now is he's out. His contract has expired. He's no longer part of the Broncos organization. So he had all those years there, 16 seasons as quarterback, more than a decade in charge of the football operation, and a great run to put both of those together and to deliver three total Super Bowl victories during his time with the Broncos. Plenty of other teams out there don't have one or even a Super Bowl appearance to show for the past 40 years of football. So one of the reasons the Broncos have been great is Peyton Manning and John Elway.
One of those top five great quarterbacks of all time.
John Elway and Peyton Manning together. And who knows, maybe one of these days Peyton Manning will be running the Denver Broncos. Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.